You know what? This is going to sound kind of funny, but even though today is Monday, it still feels like Tuesday. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. My low was, okay, so my low and my high are connected in the sense that yesterday really was a nice day, but I was actually so busy yesterday I didn't really have much of an opportunity to enjoy it, per se. I mean, I still got a lot of work done, don't get me wrong, and I'm glad I did. But, yeah, honestly, yesterday would have been a really great day for being up at Cuca Lake, and, yeah, cottage isn't built yet. Oh, gosh. Let's see, what's my act of kindness? Well, I helped my parents watch my nephews yesterday. I did that. Yeah. Okay. Well, looks like no beating around the bush. Let's get into this week's One Piece Manga Chapter, please. Right. Just gotta... Yeah, can you tell it's Monday? I'm feeling really, I'm feeling super tired right now. Okay. Okay, so if you go to Viz.com, you'll often see the this week's cover of Shonen Jump on like the front, and it has Luffy looking like a ghost. Considering what happened in the last chapter, I'm kind of worried. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, right. There's a holiday next week, so no new One Piece Manga Chapter again. Well, might as well read One Piece Chapter 1190. Those whose death brings celebration. Okay, now I'm really worried for Luffy. Oh my god. Okay, picking up where we left off. Scopper Gaban saved Luffy. Okay. Luffy is still in a lot of pain. Alright. Huh. Scopper Gaban's like looking at him like, you're a hideous sight. Like nothing of this mortal world. He was like, who art thou? And Scopper's like, one who knows the world. Okay. Okay. Scopper is walking over to Luffy. Oh. Okay, Scopper is giving Luffy some tough love here. He's like, on your feet. I'm disappointed in you. Aren't you ashamed of getting saved by an injured old man? Like, yeah, Scopper Gaban's actually injured and you just saved Luffy, though. That's a fair point. Your white form, Emperor of the Sea. Don't get full of yourself. Do you want to die here? You're a dead man walking. It's pathetic. What happened? Okay, so it seems harsh what Scopper is doing, but I get why he's doing it because, yeah, this is essentially endgame of One Piece. Like, we are in the final saga. As powerful as Luffy is, like, and as great of a form as Gear 5th is, Scopper Gaban is right. Don't play with your food, man. Like, the shenanigans that Gear 5th works with, they'll be effective on, people like Kaido or Borsalino or Kizaru. Those two names can be interchangeable. And even when Emu was possessing Gunko earlier, like, that was kind of effective. But Emu was all too familiar with all these things because Joy Boy could do these things. So, as fun as it is to see Luffy transform to a genie, which is still actually really cool. I like Genie Luffy. No messing around here. Okay, so Scopper asks, like, what will you do if you die? Luffy's like, I can't protect my friend's country. And what'll happen to the crew you brought all this way? They'll be in danger. On the sea, the higher you rise, the more enemies you have. The King of the Pirates is a title whose death brings celebration. Hey, they worked the title of the chapter in the chapter. Everyone wants to sit in that seat. If you're imagining you can be king of the pirates with nothing but peace and sunshine and rainbows, save us all the trouble and go home. You're not cut out for this. Okay. Just tosses Luffy aside. Okay. Ooh. Scopper's like, you want to kill him, right? I do. Does he really remind you so much of Joy Boy? Ooh, even pulls out another sword. Honebami Toshiro. This is actually a real sword, I heard. It's like, it was a blade that was supposed to be kind of like what Whitebeard's weapon was in the real world, but they made it into a sword. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. He was like, what dost thou know? And Scopper's like, the words of Joy Boy. But don't get it twisted. We're not blindly obedient to some man from the past we've never met before. We just want to see our captain's dream brought to light. Your captain? Then Luffy's like, I'm gonna get that old man for making fun of me. And Luffy's trying to will himself and getting better. Like trying to will himself to heal, okay. Who is this captain? The king of the pirates. Gold D. Roger. Ooh, a little bit of a flashback. He was like, this disgust. Okay, so it looks like it's the empty throne with the 5 elders, and he would be like, this disgust move. Why is the D on the king of the pirates? Spread not that name. Yes, Hero. I see. The very man who turned this sea into an era of piracy. Why would the remnants of his crew protect Straw Hat Luffy? And Scopper's like, because you're going out of your way to eliminate him. Is that not proof enough? Even if you see him as a threat. Then you're telling us that this boy is the very man we've all been waiting for. Oh, cool. There's Shanks and Rayleigh and Crocus and Whitebeard. Even Odin's here. Cool. Ooh, this is a good attack. Okay, so wait, is Scopper gonna attack the tree itself? Oh no, this isn't gonna be good. It wasn't my intent, because remember, Scopper Gaban was known as the Mountain Eater, and Scopper is telling the tree Adam, Jewel Tree Adam, it wasn't my intent to eat you. Okay. Okay. Giant chunks of the tree are falling into the underworld. Oh. Oh dear. After clashing with Emu, Scopper lost his left arm. Which is always the thing. Like, if you lose your left arm, you can say goodbye to that left arm. Even though you have Chopper right there, I'm sure he'll be able to help. But yeesh. Man. This chapter was just the right amount of, like, action, high stakes drama, and comedy. Because it actually is kind of, I mean, listen, honestly, what Scalper is saying in this chapter is something that I tend to live by myself, which is, if you're capable of doing a job or a task, and you can get it done as soon as possible, just get it done and over with. It saves everybody a lot of trouble. It saves everybody a lot of grief, and honestly, it served me well. I mean, yeah, of course, sometimes we like to have a little fun sometimes, or, we don't want to do those things, but we have to, because sometimes we're just told to do that. This is a good chapter. I mean, it's been speculated by a lot of people online that Scopper Cabana is going to die at the end of this arc. And the fact that he lost his left arm out of context, someone would be like, okay, it's looking pretty likely. I wouldn't count that out just yet. I mean, listen, losing an appendage in One Piece isn't necessarily a death sentence. I mean, it is possible that, again, Chopper's on the island, and he can just reattach the arm, and it should still work mildly well. Then again, Scopper is pretty old, in his, 70s, I think. Shoot, how old is Scopper Goodbone? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, believe it or not, like every One Piece, all One Piece characters have an age of. How old is Scopper Goodbone? Huh. Yeah, Scott Burgabont's got to at least be in his 70s right now. I'd be shocked if he was any younger than that. Okay. Because Whitebeard was like 72 when he passed. Alright. I'm trying to bring up his age because, I mean, unfortunately, the older you get, you know, it's kind of hard to recover from pretty big surgeries. I mean, obviously, it's not like, you know, a knee replacement or hip replacement where, you know, technology's gotten so much better that, you know, within like a day, you're able to get up and walk out the door. Like, Scott Burgabont lost his entire arm. Even if Chopper's able to reattach it, which I hope he is, you know, he's still going to need to take it easy for a while. Also, a lot of fans of One Piece know about the whole, you know, Oda depicting characters that lose their left arm thing. And that's actually, and he does that on purpose, so he remembers what arm not to draw going forward. Which, yeah, that's actually a pretty smart idea. I mean, can you imagine how confusing it would be, like, if you had two characters that each lost an arm, but each arm was different? Okay, so, you know, this character lost his left arm, this character lost his right arm. Where is every character going in this moment, and what do I draw and not draw? Okay. It's actually pretty effective that way. Jeepers, man. Stuff like this is why you gotta take better care of yourself. I know I'm trying to. Hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to YouTube channel, follow social media. As always, have your home in this video for you guys to watch your review. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to people, let them back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.